Have you ever found yourself in a stressful situation, emotions running high, ready to react immediately, and then realized afterward that maybe, just maybe, if you had stayed silent for a moment, you could have avoided some unwanted consequences? Sounds simple, right? How could not reacting possibly be the key to not just surviving, but thriving in this chaotic life? Trust me, after you hit that subscribe button and watch this video to the end, you'll understand why not reacting is such a powerful tool that most people don't even realize. Let's dive into why silence and self-control could be the strongest weapons in your life. All right, let's get started. 1. Helps you keep control. You may not have realized it yet, but in the most stressful moments, not reacting could be the one thing that completely shifts the outcome. Imagine you're in the middle of an argument, or someone just said something that really upset you, and you feel that anger rising. It feels like you're about to explode, doesn't it? Your body wants to act right away, to express your emotions, to react. But if you just stop for a second, don't react immediately, you'll realize something incredibly powerful. You're keeping control of the whole situation, rather than letting it control you. The ability to stay calm and not react is a powerful strength. Why is that? It's simple. When you don't react right away, you're taking control of your emotions. You have time to think, to assess the situation carefully, and most importantly, you get to choose how to act rather than just reacting emotionally. What you do in this moment doesn't just help you avoid making mistakes. It earns you respect and credibility in the eyes of others. A person who can restrain themselves, stay silent in the face of provocation, shows true inner strength. In fact, psychological research shows that when we react too quickly, especially in stressful situations, our brains tend to trigger automatic reflexes and mainly rely on emotions. These immediate reactions often lead to outcomes we regret later. But if you don't react right away, instead choosing to remain calm, you give your brain a chance to think things through and make a better decision. So why is not reacting such a powerful strength? Part of the reason is the ability to control emotions and behavior. Don't forget, our emotions can take control of us if they're not kept in check. If you let emotions drive your actions, you're likely to make mistakes, harm relationships, or create consequences that are hard to undo. Remember what Epictetus said, "We cannot control events, but we can control our response to them." Yes, that's the power of silence, the power of not reacting immediately. When you don't react right away, you not only keep your composure, but also show poise and self-respect. You don't need to prove anything to others. You understand that your self-control and how you act are what really matter. A person who can stay silent in a tense situation is someone who's mature, and that maturity commands respect from others. And perhaps most importantly, not reacting helps you maintain self-control and self-respect. You won't let outside factors dictate your mood or behavior. Every decision you make is carefully considered, and all of it comes from a solid place. This calmness helps you solve problems more effectively, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and maintain positive relationships with those around you. So, if you want real power in life, learn how to not react immediately. This is a smart, powerful strategy that helps you face any challenge, solve any situation without being swayed by emotions. When you master your reactions, you've already won a crucial part of this life. And this isn't just a tactic or simple advice. It's a method that helps you become someone strong, mature, and trustworthy in the eyes of others. 2. Increases your ability to make sound decisions. Have you ever realized that, in the most stressful moments, when everything feels like it's about to explode, not reacting is the strongest action you can take? It may sound simple, but it's one of those subtle strengths we often overlook. You might wonder, can staying silent really help me make better decisions? And the answer is absolutely. When you face a critical situation, whether at work, at home, or in relationships, not reacting right away could be the key to avoiding bad decisions. Why is that? We tend to act impulsively when emotions take over, leading to choices we might regret later. Strong emotions can cloud our judgment, making us see only part of the issue, not assessing it as a whole. Imagine you're in an important meeting and a colleague suddenly criticizes your work. The feeling of being hurt or frustrated may rise immediately. That emotion might make you want to react, to defend yourself. But instead of doing that, take a moment to think. Don't react right away. That moment of silence gives you time to view the issue more objectively, without being swayed by immediate emotions. This will allow you to reassess the situation, better understand what's truly important, and make a more informed decision. When you don't react immediately, you can consider all aspects of the issue and make a wiser choice. And when you do this, you not only protect yourself from bad decisions, but also show maturity in how you handle adversity. Psychological studies also show that not reacting right away helps our brains function better, allowing us to control emotions and avoid rushing into decisions. When you give yourself time, you create a space to consider all factors in the situation, leading to more rational and effective choices. And that's the true power of not reacting. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes, silence is a sign of calmness, self-control, and superior emotional management. When you don't react right away, you're not only in control of the situation, but you also control yourself. That's something not everyone can do, and that's the difference between an impulsive decision and a well-thought-out one. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Nothing is bad except that which you think is bad." Indeed, not reacting doesn't mean you accept things passively. In fact, it's how you assess everything with clear thinking before taking action, the ability not to let emotions drive you, and making smarter, long-term decisions. So, remember that silence can be the first step toward making the right decision, helping you view the issue holistically and wisely. When you learn not to react immediately, you don't just avoid mistakes, but also gain control of yourself in any situation. This will undoubtedly help you move further in life, in your career, and in your relationships. 3. Help maintain good relationships. Oh no. Have you ever realized that sometimes arguments aren't about what people say, but about how we react to them? Really, one word or small gesture can easily escalate things, especially when you're feeling stressed. But actually, the not reacting immediately is a powerful weapon that helps maintain better and longer-lasting relationships. Think about those times you've had an argument with a loved one or a friend. At first, it was just a small conflict, but if you let your emotions take over and react impulsively, things can escalate quickly. Oh my, how many times have you realized you've made the situation worse just by saying thoughtless words, right? But if you just pause for a moment, take a breath, and give yourself a few seconds to think carefully, everything will be different. You'll see things more clearly and can resolve the conflict without having to raise your voice or push each other into unnecessary confrontations. Not reacting right away doesn't mean you have to remain silent forever. It just means you take time to assess the situation. It creates a safe space for both sides, where you can better understand the other person and yourself. And you know what? There's nothing more important than understanding in relationships. When you don't react immediately, not only do you avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, but you also create the opportunity for the relationship to grow stronger. As Seneca said, "We cannot avoid those who make us uncomfortable, but we can adjust our reactions." Truly, when you don't react immediately, You're not letting yourself be swept away by emotions. Instead, you choose to control yourself, and that's how you maintain a relationship steadily. Both you and the other person will feel respected and understood. You can try this in smaller debates. Instead of reacting immediately, try focusing on listening. Really listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you do this, you'll find that not only do you understand the other person better, but you can also offer thoughtful responses rather than criticisms. This will make the relationship stronger and more connected because no one feels threatened or disrespected. Give it a try and see. You'll be surprised by the change you can bring to a relationship just by not reacting immediately. The power of silence is the power of patience and understanding, something incredibly valuable in any relationship. 4. Show confidence and strength. Actually, not reacting is not a sign of weakness or shyness, but rather a sign of confidence and inner strength. Imagine a situation where you're in a tense meeting and someone throws a criticism your way. It's so easy to feel attacked and immediately respond, right? But try this once. Instead of reacting right away, just stay silent for a moment, take a deep breath, and wait a while to consider. That's confidence right there. You don't need to argue or confront immediately, because you know that those words might just be someone's temporary emotions. You don't need to defend yourself right away because you trust that you know what you're doing. True confidence is knowing that you don't need to react immediately to prove anything. Oh man, how many times do we feel like if we don't react right away, others will think we're weak? But the truth is, silence and not reacting are signs of strength because you're able to control your emotions in a tense situation. And you know, when you don't react immediately, you create space to think clearly, assess the problem from different angles, and respond constructively rather than being swept into hasty reactions. This not only shows confidence, but true strength. I'm sure you've been in situations like this, right? When someone says something thoughtless, and if you react immediately, you both just fall into a never-ending cycle of arguing. But if you choose not to react immediately, you'll make the other person realize that you're not easily shaken, that you have the ability to stay calm and decide how to solve the problem sensibly. That's the strength of confidence. No need to make a scene, but still proving yourself through calm, mature behavior. As Epictetus said, we cannot make everything around us change, but we can change our perception. When you don't react immediately in a tough situation, you not only change how you perceive the problem, but you also show that you have the ability to control yourself and not get swept away by the emotions of the moment. This makes you stronger and more confident than ever. Try this in smaller situations in your life. For example, when someone disagrees with you in a conversation, don't rush to rebut right away. Instead, take a few seconds to listen and think. Try experimenting with not reacting immediately, and you'll find that you can maintain calm and confidence in tense situations, making you stronger in the eyes of others. Oh, you see. The truth is, not reacting immediately is not weakness, but an action of confidence and strength. And that's a power not everyone has. When you master your emotions, you'll find yourself becoming stronger in every situation. 5. Help you face challenges calmly. When you face a challenge, whether it's a failure, an argument, or simply a difficult situation, the easiest thing to do is to react right away. But if you react too quickly, you'll easily let emotions take over, and this can make the situation even more tense, even leading to wrong decisions. And this is when not reacting truly becomes a real strength. Why does not reacting help you face challenges so calmly? When you don't react immediately, you give yourself a moment of pause, an opportunity to stop, take a deep breath, and think more clearly. Emotions can make you act hastily, but it's calmness that helps you view the issue from a different perspective. focusing on solutions rather than getting caught up in negative feelings. Imagine you're having a tense meeting. If you rush to react to criticisms or disagreements, you might cause unnecessary confrontations. But if you stay silent and don't react immediately, you'll have time to assess the situation, listen to opinions, and respond calmly and logically. This not only helps you maintain your credibility, but also shows that you have the ability to lead and solve problems wisely. Calmness in situations like these doesn't just protect you from overreacting, it also allows you to handle the problem more wisely. You don't let emotions dominate you. Instead, you focus on finding a solution, which reduces negative consequences. Marcus Aurelius' quote is a perfect example of this. The real strength is the ability to master yourself in any circumstance. It's truly wise that when you don't react immediately, you are in control of your own emotions. And this not only helps you stay calm, but also face challenges in a calm and rational way, something very few people can do in tense situations. So, every time you face a challenge, don't react immediately. Use the power of silence and calmness to see the issue more clearly. And you'll realize that not only will you solve the problem more effectively, but you'll also build credibility and respect from those around you.